All right, family. Lee Mac 912. I am here. Long day, family. Long day. I'm still tired. I got a lot going on. I got a lot on my mind. It is what it is. But shout out to all my patrons. And listen, I apologize to y'all for not giving y'all an update. But update is coming soon. I'm going to let y'all know what's going on. But anyway, tonight we are going to smoke a cigar from Revere Cigar Company. Revere Cigar Company. It's the Two Lamps. They have three, like Paul Revere. One if by land, two if by sea. They got the one lamp, the two lamp, and the three lamps. So the one lamp is their milder version. The two lamps is the Habano, if I got it right. And the Midnight Ride is the Maduro, the Revere Cigar Company. And I just really want to sit down and smoke tonight, family. And I really feel like talking and doing a whole lot, but it's all good. So let's see, I'm on their website and it says you could try Two Lamps as a single stick or a 3-pack. Toro or Robusto. I've got some Toros. I had the 1, the 2, and the 3. Excuse me, I already smoked the 1. I figured I'd go right in the middle and do the 2. Now let's see, $13.75 is for a single, $38.95 for a 3-pack. All right, family. Let me take a picture for the thumbnail and I'll be right back. My cigar smoking family. It's probably good evening, but it is what it is. The Two Lamp is Habano Ecuador wrapper, Corojo binder, and from the fillers we've got 3 Nicaraguan tobaccos, Esteli, Jalapa, and Candega, blended by Miguel Pinto. Shout out to my brother over there at Revere for sending this sample over. I told you I'd get to it. Like I said, it's been busy, family. This is a pretty big ring gauge. Feels like a 56. That's just about what it is on my mouth. I can feel that in there. 6 by 56. Shout out to everybody that watches me. Shout out to everybody that follows me. Shout out to everybody that follows me and never leaves a comment. I run into those type of people all the time. I watch you all the time, Lee Mac. There's a little spiciness on the tongue. I'll put with the cold draw. That's gonna be that, that's going to be the Habano on the wrapper. I got a little excess glue on the head there. Just me having rolled a cigar and a half in my damn day. I know what that feels like in my mouth. There's a slight must there, along with the pepper. And there's something else that I can't describe. All right, so we're gonna stop all that. We're gonna light the damn cigar up and sit back and enjoy. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's go, y'all. Definitely has the spice of that wrapper, the Ecuadorian Habano. Good easy draw. Smooth retro. Ooh, the retro brings up a little bit of extra spice in the back of your head there. $13.75 for the Revere cigar. So let me go on here. I'm gonna peek through their website a little bit. Where to buy? Let's see. Will it tell me where I can buy them? Oh. So they're what I'm gonna call a boutique cigar brand at the moment. A lot of people have started out as boutique cigar brands. And there are 6 locations where you can find them. 3 in Florida, 1 in Jackson, Mississippi, Houston, Texas, and Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, that's Kingsland, Georgia. So, all right, take one of those out of Florida. Kingsland, Georgia. Live Oak, Florida. North Miami Beach. Beach City, Texas. And Maryville, Tennessee. There you go. So that's where you can find them. So, small brands. When I first started smoking cigars, I loved the boutique brands. A lot of the boutique brands that I smoked back in the day, they are now, I'm gonna call medium to large size cigars, but I smoked them when they were small brands. Room 101 was a small brand. CLE was a small brand. So yeah, so you can buy 1 or 3 of these. You can buy 3 of these for about $38. You could buy a box for $1.40, 10-count box. I guess you got to pay for the box. They have a pre-order on their website for the 250th anniversary, the Declaration Series, 250 years after the birth of a nation, a commemorative 6x56 in Habano Rosado over San Andres Maduro. Strictly limited, one-time expression. The first 30 buyers will get a commemorative ashtray created exclusively for this release. So how much is this box? See, I like stupid stuff like that. $180, and it's a nice ashtray. While supplies last, and that one is cedar, toasted earth, warm spice, dark cocoa, layered depth, and the final third is subtle sweetness, refined finish, yada, yada, yada. Let's see what they say about this one. See what I'm supposed to be getting. I don't really ever do this, but let's see. Tasting notes, first third, leather, brown sugar, and a note of cedar. I never say leather. On the retro, the black pepper is picking up. Yeah, that's a pretty good dose of pepper there on the retro. There's some sweetness in that. There's some sweetness in there as well. I'm going to say that's coming from our Jalapa tobacco. Leaves you with a nice spicy finish. All right, family. So I'm going to sit on back, and I am going to just chill tonight, family. I don't know. Sometimes, family, sometimes. Sometimes you don't know what you's going to do about a certain situation. Sometimes you really just don't. It is what it is. Let's see. I got some MR16 McFarland's Reserve. This is a blend of 16-year-old bourbon and a 14-year-old bourbon, finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry cask for over 2 years. This is a Total Wine bottle. This was a celebration bottle that I bought for something. I don't remember what I was celebrating. Paid about $100 for it. And as you can see, I have been continuing the celebration. Yeah, family, I listen, I done packed up most of my bottles, so, you know, when I get to my next spot, I'll break them open. But right now, I'm just finishing off the bottoms of stuff, the corners that are in bottles, all that type of stuff, family. One thing we always got to remember, too, family, is that my grandma used to say this to me. She used to say, one monkey don't stop no show. She also used to say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Both of those things are very, 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 very useful pieces of advice when you run into an issue or a problem. There ain't just one way to solve a problem. And remember, that guy or that lady's way of solving the problem don't gotta be your way. It might not be a way that you agree with. It might not be your way at all. So don't worry about it. I don't know, family. I'm usually if you ask me, I'll say yes. If I can do it, I'll do it. I'll go. I got some things coming up, and I'm just like, I just don't like confusion. I don't like disorganization. I don't like people saying one thing and doing something else. I don't like people that can't get their shit together. If you can't get your shit together, move out of the way and let somebody else that is able to do that do what needs to be done. I can't stand this. I'll get some of my students sometimes and say, well, you're going to practice? Yeah, I'm finna to go. I'm getting ready to. Man, that's bullshit. All that is just a bunch of excuses. And I, in my life, got no more time for excuses. Not a single second in my life do I got no more time for excuses. People say, Lee Mack, 912. That's not very patient of you. Now, so y'all family, I'm gonna share why that. I'm gonna share with you why I am like that. All right, and it's a piece of hurt that came to me from my childhood that obviously I ain't got over. When I was a kid, and all through my father's life, my father was an alcoholic. It was daily drinking every single day. He was an alcoholic. A functional alcoholic. But then there were times when, I got work to do, but I done drank too much, I can't do the work. Or I've decided that I'm gonna stop drinking and now I'm sick and throwing up and stuff. And I'm not even gonna tell you the things that I had to do as a kid with this man that is, coming off of alcohol and got the shakes and all this other stuff. I'm not gonna tell you about none of this. And the times that I had to drive because my father was not able to drive. It even came from, I was about 12 years old, to dragging a truck all the way back from upstate New York with the 12-year-old behind the wheel. But there would be lots and lots of promises from my father, a lot of promises. I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna work. Well, my father could find work. He could drive. He knew a guy who had loads, and he could find a raggedy truck or somebody's truck. He could find work. He just wouldn't continue on with the work. But the promises. One year for my birthday, my father gave me $5. Now, when he worked and got paid, he'd come in the house and he'd have a pocket full of money. My cousin Paul said, yeah, Uncle Bro always had a pocket full of money that he remembered. I don't remember all that. Maybe that was some other years, right? But this one year for my birthday, he reached in his pocket and he gave me $5. I was so excited because at that time, the $5 was a lot of money for me. I was a little boy, right? A few days later, when he had done drunk up all his money, he came back and said, let me get that $5 I gave you. I'll give it back to you. You guessed it, I never got it back. Do I hold that stuff against my father? No, because it taught me to be the man that I am. It also has left a stain on me where I am just not in the mood for bullshit and excuses. Now, somebody needed to hear that. I ain't talking about nobody in particular, but somebody needed to hear that tonight. All right, family, I'm gonna sit on back and smoke my damn cigar. We done talked way too much. I ain't gotta talk no more in the video. We tell you about the cigar. All right, family. Lee Mac 912. We are smoking the Two Lamps, and this is a Habano, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and filler. Got Corojo on the binder, which is kind of gives you some spice, along with a different type of spice from that Ecuadorian Habano. So you have now a good dose of spice, but it's medium spice. It's just kind of mild spice. It's just kind of hanging out there, coating your palate with spiciness. So those of you who are still watching now, y'all is my real family. I know who y'all are. I know who you are. Those who popped in here to see something else, heard me ranting and raving, and they went on about their business. You know, we all have challenges in life, family. Today was another great day in spite of the challenges. Hang on. I got a fly I need to kill, but all I got is some Lysol. Hey, that'll do it. Oh, there's the bug spray down there. I didn't even see it. Yeah, we all have challenges, family. We all have days when you just wish the day would be over. But I never want to rush my days. And I'm never going to go back and wish that I would do something over again a different way. Because however it is how it is. And that's how I did it. And, you know, either I learned something or I didn't. .56 ring gauge, 6x56, a little big for my mouth. I am not a 56 ring gauge type of lover. I'm not a big ring gauge lover, so it's just a little uncomfortable in my mouth to puff on. I'm not one that kind of kisses the end of the cigar. I put it in my mouth, so I got to open my mouth in certain ways, and you know, it's just a little big for me. Now, that being said, I will say that I feel like the tobacco that's in here is quality. I feel like I've got the amount of tobacco in here is in here for a purpose. So it's all right. Shout out to my sister Rose and everybody else that I've ever told that I love. I love y'all all, maybe in different ways, right? Some guys, some women or whatever, but if I tell you I love you, I love you. You that's just it. There ain't nothing you could do about it. We have special purposes in certain people's lives, and you have to understand that You mean something to somebody. And here's something else I want to share with y'all. You got to take a minute sometimes to look at other people when you talk to them and ask them if they're all right. Are you okay? I always speak to everybody. When I go up to my favorite liquor store, they all know me, I know them. And sometimes I'll see somebody new and I ask them their name and I'll tell them, hey, listen, I'm gonna ask you 10 more times. I might forget, but eventually I will remember your name because I want to call you by your name. So young boy was there and I said, hey, how you doing? What's your name? He told me or whatever. And I'm like, how you doing today? He was like, well, okay. I said, oh, doesn't sound like you are doing okay today. What's the matter? So he went on to tell me, you know, he was working, he was expecting to be off today or whatever. And we had a little conversation or whatever. And when I left, he had a smile on his face and, you know, whatever. I gave him some advice and then I went on. You never know that little piece of time that you took to share with somebody a little bit of concern, how much of a difference that might make in their life. I've told this story before, I'm gonna tell it again. When I worked for the Army was, you know, big on suicide awareness because maybe people that are outside of the military don't know there's a large amount of suicide among members of the military. So we would have a yearly, you know, conference or something a day where they focus on suicide awareness, right? So we had a guy come in and speak to us, and this guy was one of, at that time, one of only 7 people who jumped off of the Golden Gate Bridge, and he survived. And he survived, well, he walked, he was there, nothing was wrong with him. But a series of events saved his life. I think when he jumped off, he might have landed on top of a seal, which broke his fall. And when he jumped, there was a tugboat or something that was coming by in the area, and they saw him go into the water, so they were able to pull him out. But this is what the guy said, and this stuck with me, and it'll never leave me. I'll remember it every day of my life. He said, people that oftentimes contemplate suicide, they have a suicide pact, and they say, if anybody asks me how I'm doing, or if they say something to me, I won't do it. I won't go through with it. So all the way up to the top of this bridge, he's walking by people and families and stuff, and he's looking distraught, you know? Nobody said anything to him, and he jumped. So I remember that. So that's a part of the reason why when I ask somebody how they're doing and they don't seem like they're doing okay, I don't just say, all right, well, that's your problem, and I keep on walking, and I stop. Because if it's serious enough, what I will suggest to them is, hey, why don't we go take a walk, and why don't we go and see if we can get somebody to kind of maybe help you, because it looks like you're in crisis. So it don't take much, family, and sometimes it takes a lot, but sometimes you're the person there that has the lot to give to help somebody else. I know y'all say y'all didn't come here for this, you came here for the cigar. Well, it is what it is. It's an important message. You don't ever know, there could be somebody right now watching this video that is contemplating suicide, that's going through a bad day, that's having some struggles, and they want to be picked up and understand that somebody cares. If nobody else don't care, Lee Mac 912 cares, and I don't care if you don't like the fact that I'm taking my time to address my brother or my sister that is having a struggle. I don't care if you don't like it, because it's important to me, because it's important to them. See, I get this way sometimes, family. My videos start with the cigar, but they end up with me talking about something that means something to somebody. Might not be you. You might have already clicked off because you tired of hearing that man preaching and doing all this talking or whatever. Cool. This ain't the channel for you. And I'm okay with that. The bourbon The bourbon goes well with the cigar. And many times, family, I'm preaching to myself because I'm picking up my own mood. Because sometimes you got to help yourself too. Woo! Sometimes you got to help yourself. All right, family, I'm gonna smoke on some more. This is a pretty slow smoking cigar. Let me just show you how the ash is burning. Hey, Alexander Brandon, shout out to you, brother. I didn't show you the density, man, but there's your density. Nice packed cigar. It is not packed too tight. It's got a beautiful draw on it, $13.75. Small company. The brother is a good brother. He started this company. He's trying to do his thing. So if you like a spicy cigar, this is going to be medium spice. It's not really going to give you that super spice just yet. I'm just about halfway through. Let me see what's going on with the retrohale. Smooth retrohale, not real spicy on the retrohale. Hey family, also, this is a good time for you to like and subscribe if you're still watching this and you haven't done that. Also, it's a good time for you if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, the Smokestack. So it's leemac.substack.com. I'll put a link across here, leemac912.substack.com. That's the right one. I'll put it across so you know the right one. It's news, it's reviews, it's what videos I have going out, what's going on, and all that kind of good stuff. I still have more videos from the trade show. Like I said, I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff here. I haven't been able to get out as much stuff as I want to, but at least try to get out a weekly video. All right, family, we'll be back. All right, family, we are still smoking a Two Lamp by Revere Cigar Company. She is still burning quite well and burning quite slow. She's a medium plus strength. I didn't talk about the strength, and I'm going to call it medium plus body as well. Medium plus strength and body. The pepper is picking up. It's still a long finish on it. So what you're left with in your mouth is pepper. Get that spice. It's a solid medium plus. I'm not going to say it's full. Some people might say it's full strength. It's definitely picking up as we are going down towards the end, but she's a good cigar. I like it. I like it. Revere Cigar, their backstory is based on history, so a lot of their things talk about history. The ride. Let's see. Shout out to my brother Trey Chambers. A portion of every purchase supports the effort to educate lawmakers and the public about responsible tobacco policy and the importance of protecting the rights of adult consumers. The brand was born from the fight and it stays in the fight. The founder is Brother Nathaniel Lynn. He didn't come from a tobacco family or a legacy brand. He learned the craft the way most smokers do, by trying different brands, paying attention to construction, figuring out what makes a cigar perform from first light to the final third. And he went out and found somebody who could put that together for him. It's a smooth, well-constructed cigar with an interesting blend that will surprise you. I agree with that. Made in Esteli, blended on purpose. It was rolled at the MGE Cigar Factory in Esteli. They say, why Revere? It's never just the smoke. There's a reason one person picks up one cigar over another at the lounge. It's the brand you can spot at 20 feet. It's the story you can tell about how you found it. It's the sense that whoever made this thing actually cared about what they put on the box. So the cigar, they say, is built for the smoker that cares about all of that. Someone who wants a cigar that performs every time, but but who'd also rather carry something with a point of view and blend into the humidor. The kind of person that sees the spirit of the revolution, less of a costume and more of a way of doing things. Slow down, and when it's worth slowing down, don't apologize for what you enjoy. And keep the things that matter lit. There you go, I like it. So, good cigar, family. All right, I'm gonna smoke one down, get my numbers together, and get on out of here. I done bothered y'all long enough tonight. All right, family. We are coming down to just about the end of this Revere Two Lamps, baby. The Two Lamps, the Habano. Good cigar. I like this cigar. Long smoking cigar, $13.75. You get to smoke a long time for your $13.75. Continued medium plus, continued long peppery finish, smooth, good blend. Brother Miguel did a great job on the blend on this one. Brother Nathan, he did a good job. Nathaniel, I believe your name is. Did a good job on this one, brothers. Y'all did a good job. This one gets the Lee Mack stamp of approval. So I say, go on out there and get you one or three, sample it up, see what you think about it for yourself. Family, let me give you my numbers on this one. For the price, I'm going to give it a 3.6, flavor 3.5, construction a 5, overall smoking experience a 3.6 for a total of 3.9 on the Lee Mag 912 scale. I know, family, I know what you're saying. I've been smoking some good-ass cigars this year. We're going to have a hell of a run when it comes down for cigar of the year. This one's going to be in the running. It's going to be up in there. Top 10, probably top 15 at least, I'm going to say. Whew. Family, you got to smoke what you like and like what you smoke. If you're smoking something and you don't like it, put it down. I'll give you an example. This is a Cuban cigar I started smoking the other day. You see how far I got along with it. I didn't care for it. I put it down. It wasn't to my taste, family. So remember all of the things that I told you earlier in the video. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all of my patrons. Thank you so much. Even though I've been lacking a little bit, you continue to support me. I thank you so much for your support. And we're working on some things, family. We're working on some new things. And we're looking to do some new things with the channel. But the channel is never going to stray far from what it is. My channel is here to encourage you. My channel is here to give you advice. My channel is here to talk about cigars, which is something that we all love. My channel is here to help explore and bring to you some cigars that you may not have ever thought about or known about unless I reviewed it. And I have people all the time to come and tell you, hey man, this brand, I would have never smoked it if it hadn't have been for you. This cigar, I wouldn't have never known about it if it hadn't have been for you, but now it's my favorite cigar. So, you know, some people like to smoke what they smoke. I got a brother, all he likes is the Cohiba Blue. That's his cigar. He got boxes of them. He kind of has a hard time stepping out of his box, but I'm going to help him out with that also. So family, you know what I always tell you when you wake up in the morning, you got to tell yourself, today's going to be another great day. It's going to be another great day. Why? Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie. So no matter all of what I was going through and talking about earlier, don't get it twisted and don't mistake anything from me as to I'm having a bad day. No, I'm having a great day. In spite of the things that are going on, in spite of my aggravation, in spite of the problems, in spite of the things that I don't know what to do and I don't know which way to go, in spite of all that, I'm still having a great day. I'm always going to have a great day. I'm going to have a great day all the way up until the last day. And when I say, well, you know what? I've had a good life. And I had many, countless great days. It's so many days, I can't remember now, 18 or 19 years, I've been saying every day, today is going to be another great day, family. And a lot of other people are saying the same thing along with me, and it's made a difference in their life. Try it. It don't cost you nothing. Shout out to OG Ricky. He said one time, long time ago, it don't cost you nothing. So So if you try it and it works, cool. If you try it and it don't work for you, cool. You tried it and you found something that don't work for you. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that at all, family. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, family, I'm gonna get on out of here. I still got a little bit to smoke, so I'm gonna sit on back here and enjoy myself. I'm watching the coverage of the Myrtle Beach Black Bike Week. You know, my people, we do things a little bit different than other people. And when we get together, we show off what we do and we enjoy ourselves and we have a good time. So I have a good time no matter where I go. Whether I'm in a mixed crowd, whether I'm with the high class people I hang out with, whether I'm with the low class people sitting on a milk crate in somebody's backyard, eating and smoking and drinking, I'm having just a good time. Either way, it doesn't matter to me because I know how to make a good time. And no matter where I go, I always have a good time, family. If I don't think I'm gonna have a good time, guess what? I don't go. All right, family, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.